So, current game plan. Go fly a bit.
I don't know why
Before
that in air policing slash
I just put up
patrolling.
air patrol.
We have a jet over the city.
Do we? Well, let's go intercept then.
It might be a better because of the thing, but
Yeah, we'll still go
I
pay
ain't
my
taking
visit.
risks.
If not, he's gonna have to change his undies when he sees this roll up. Try not to do the wheelie. Right, runway approach is clear. I'll take right side if you want it. I'll take left side if you want to take right side.
I'd say we should get up there rather than trying to do performance takeoff, so we can just start ending the run soon.
Right, you take lead.
Oh no, must fly low to score high in the challenge. Anyway, rocketing past 1,000 feet.
Yep.
I'm trying
This
not to
actually
use the
warrants
heads up
using
as
first
much as
person
possible.
because
Yeah,
we don't have the map for
2,000
altitude.
feet will get to 500. I'm going to start turn now, so look around. Up and above, fine, you're behind me, starting
Yep.
turn now. Start 90-degree turn. Round. Altitude's just above 3,000, so I'm just going to try and get more. Also, don't trust the artificial horizon because it's broken.
Yeah, it's not that accurate, but it
It's
gives
going
us
in
a
the
rough...
opposite. No, it's not. It's not. See, when you're doing a bank, it goes in the opposite direction of what it's supposed to.
Oh, aye. That's...
Right, I put 5,000 on the start level now. Level out now. Now, where's that jet? There's a few aircraft over the city now.
Any specific ones that stand out you want to go intercept?
They're all just aircraft icons. I'm not too sure where the jets went.
Probably crashed and changed aircraft. There we go.
Good.
Can you see me?
No, not really. You're just out of my peripheral.
I bet now.
Oh, yep, there.
Hello.
I'm gonna start another left turn, so I'm looking out. You're there. I'm just gonna
Yep.
make sure I don't
I'll pull
smack
back.
you. As I do a turn. Checking back down here. No, it has load, but I'll only get back within the 5k feet parameter.
We
We don't really care about airspeed because we're not going to stall anyway.
Yeah. If you do stall, you just put a little bit more power on.
Heading's nice. It's fine. I'm only ever checking it to make sure that it's level. I'm not using it as any reference to roll the wings.
Yeah.
All I'm using it for is, oh, the wings aren't level. I'm going to look out and go, yeah, those aren't level, and adjust it. Rather than...
It's quite funny. I was on the map there and I fell out of formation there, and all I had to do was just look up and see you. I like having the sensitivity to look around again. I've got a map too that looks like it's going to try and intercept it. I think he's realised.
Not at 5,000 feet, he won't.
Yeah. I'd like to see him try.
There are people down the sewers that look like they're near aircraft spawns, so I'd probably just be advised on that one.
Be aware of it.
I'm trying not to spend a lot of time just
Remember, you
micromanaging
need
the
to turn
altitude.
your radio audio off, seeing as you're streaming.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't
I just
have the
always have
radio
mine off.
on. I'll probably go in and just turn it off anyway because I
just
know
for
it has...
safety.
Right, actually looks fine.
Technically, if we
Level
looked at our
instruments
airspeed, we would be
to
stalling
look
right now.
up. Yeah,
Or we would be
hence
not flying.
fine if we're consulting the map when still not. I might start a turn left and just head back to Zancudo whilst descending, so
Yeah,
look out, you're behind me.
Yeah, I'm clear of you.
If I consult the radar, so I'm going to start the turn out, and all I'm wanting to do is to descend. What's going to happen here is speed's going to get higher, obviously, because we're going to have no down. I'll consult the map, we should be flying with the ammo. See, there it is. Now we can do a visual flying rather than working on instruments and radar now. Things are roughly level, nose down attitude. Speed's still high, but I'm not on the approach yet. That's going to be the altitude where I'm going to roughly hold here, just so I'm not too far below.
Yeah.
The runway line, because I
Probably
want
start losing airspeed here if we're going into land.
Yeah, I'm just going to do a quick lookout. That's fine here. Start. Because you'll lose speed on the turn. Hopefully. Now I'm just using that as long as I get below the 100. I'll go left. And all I want to do is just to keep it below 100, roughly. But turbulence right on the bottom there. It always happens when I'm flying the laser. It never happens when
sometimes
I'm
happens
on
to me,
the
it's
approach.
Not consistent.
But then the moment I start to run out, the turbulence, and it just puts it into the ground.
Yeah. Right.
Relatively controlled landing, but
that was decent. I love the sensitivity being up now. I can actually look around. So much nicer.
I was away in the settings somewhere in regards to the camera. Yeah, I think it's the auto level. So normally if you look round to the left, it will go back round to the front. I think if you turn that off, your head will just stay where you've placed it.
Where's that?
I think I'm not sure what setting it is. I'm just sort of testing.
Camera.
Auto
First
level,
person auto level.
I'm not sure if it's that or if it's somewhere else. First person auto center, that's it. So if I'm even looking over here, I can start taking off and my head won't move back round to the front. So I can be looking at basically whatever I want now. So I can keep my head down.
Oh yeah.
So I can look at all the instruments without having to look down there.
That's quite cool, I like that now. So that actually means we have to move.
Yeah, you have to physically move your head round.
That's quite cool, I like that now. Doesn't work when you're in third person obviously, but first person, that's quite cool. You get to...
I'd rather it only work in first person.
Yeah, third person can be a bit obnoxious. So that feels less like I'm fighting against the game, and more like I can do what I want.
We're finally getting one with the game after how many years?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we already were. You've seen the kind of stuff that we used to be able to do, and we can still do, as I've shown.
I'm just gonna get out and see how badly the auto level is. To be fair, the auto level doesn't really do anything in here. I'm not sure if I'd prefer it or not. Just like having to physically move my head around might be a bit better
Yeah.
in some cases, but you're driving like cars in first person. Not as if you move your head much around anyway, but
Yeah, you tend to just look forwards.
I mean, I might occasionally look out into a turn. Also, when it comes to the aircraft, I think I'd probably prefer this.
Aye. It's much better as well for
'Cause
when you're doing purely instrument flying as well, because you can just sit and look at the instruments. So for like night flying, etc. You can just look purely at your artificial
Yeah.
horizon and know, alright, cool, I can see what I'm doing now.
And obviously, it's getting me in the habit of forcing myself to look back up in front, so I guess it also helps with piloting as well, so you don't have the tendency to look down constantly.
Yeah.
There's that me having to physically move my head back up again to get that
We are
sort of
live
visual
finally.
information might be easier.
That's brilliant.
And then obviously, quick activation of night vision. I'm actually going to turn that off before I blind myself. But
Yeah. I like the way
quick
you
as well.
emphasised finally we're live again. As if we don't usually go live.
It has been a hiatus since we've last went on.
Yeah,
So
it's been a while since I've been last on. I don't advertise my channel that much just 'cause I don't see the purpose in it. Yeah, that guy's not on the fence. He's
Yes,
upset.
yeah. The whole thing is with the air patrol as well, I guess we could also do it with a lot of our other military aircraft, so it doesn't have to be F-16.
Yeah,
So we can
I
maybe
could
go
just
with the
change
big
it up as
heavies.
well. Yeah.
We want to
Like
try the heavies since there isn't really any.
It'd
Danger,
probably be nicer to
anyway.
fly one of them than this in the weather. Do you want the Nimbus suit?
Yeah, we can try the Nimbus.
If we get the Nimbus suit, that means as well as the person in the back. This might work better for the passenger as well. Remember when we're doing the submarine warfare stuff, looking at the side, etc.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
might actually
because
be
then
better
you can
because now
just
you're
hold your
not
camera
constantly
there.
resetting. You can look at the window, just be like, right, cool, I can
To be
see
fair,
this.
if you're taking pictures on the phone, your
Yeah,
head
it
will stay
does
there, but
change it.
obviously I'd rather not take pictures. I was trying to do it unless it was purely for, I don't know, like Insta posts or whatever.
That just looks cool. I like this. Right, Nimbus. It's the
I
Nimbus,
think we've
isn't it?
got the, yeah,
That's the
I think
Nimbus.
we've basically got the Air Force stuff down to a T now, which I kind of like.
Yeah, and the naval stuff.
Well, the naval stuff is always down to a T.
Yeah, that's just like classified though. That's the only difference. The naval stuff's
Yeah, that's what we
classified.
can
We
openly
don't
tell
stream that.
people. Oh,
Yeah,
we
it's
can
just
do
like,
this
oh
X, Y,
yeah,
and Z.
we use these aircraft. We do this because we demo team. But when it comes to the navy stuff, it's like, yeah, we don't talk about
All
that.
of it is
Yeah, it's just.
I guess all the
classified.
doctrine is completely
Yeah.
private.
Only people of certain standards.
If your watches do, you can probably go right, so they'll tend to do that.
Yeah.
But likewise, you can do that with any person.
Yeah, well,
So
that's the thing as well. We've not actually
is
streamed.
completely private.
We've not actually streamed the naval stuff.
Do you have coveralls?
Yes, I do. Just the headset keeps
Falling off. Yeah.
sad noises. You want to fly or you want me to fly?
I mean, I guess no. This is why it's important to always keep a good lookout before you move on to the runway.
Yep.
Oh, I think you're in the pilot seat.
Am I?
Nice.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh, I think that's because
It keeps it
Visa
simple
said,
then,
let me
because I
change
can
that.
do.
Let me change that.
It's
There we
fine.
go. Good friends. Right, that's you. You want to fly? Or you want me to fly?
You fly this first one.
Fly.
I
It flies
can
down to
head on the
LSIA and then you
back,
can fly us
can't
back if you want. Yeah, if you go out and you press triangle or hold triangle, you can get in the back seats. I just
so I
wish you could
can't
move
like
about the
three.
back seats.
So I'm not gonna accidentally three
Shoot,
out.
there
Oh
we go.
yeah, fair.
Yeah, no, you
Yep.
can't. Doesn't let you do that. Right.
The windows aren't particularly um, great when it comes to visibility, but
Yeah, this
they'll
is more
do.
of a kind of. It is good for Rockstar editors because I've already used this for the Halloween one as a surveillance aircraft,
I
and like
mean,
you can
this is
actually
what
put
this is.
if you're good
This
at
is
what
a
you're doing with the editor, you can actually adjust the camera to be set up on the base of the aircraft as if it's like an actual
mhm.
camera on it.
Yeah. The whole
Right, this
idea
is
of this
apparently
is,
a 5 degree climb, by the way.
well, that's wrong.
This is a 10 degree
It's
climb.
more. That looks more like a 20 or 30 to me,
Here's a 20 degree climb.
no, not a chance. That's a 80.
And that's as
Yeah, the
wings
whole thing
level.
is with the Nimbus is it was meant to be sort of that surveillance, sort of Sentinel-ish type
Yeah.
aircraft, or like AWACS type
It's
aircraft.
also a kind of high end transport for officers and stuff as well, we use it for.
That was mainly because of the interior on it, but
As well,
yeah,
yeah.
whilst our Miljet was
They
the
just kind of generalised one. This was
yeah,
for like flying in the
and then our
display team.
Vellum was the light trainer,
Yeah, the Vellum was
the
just a light
transport
trainer
trainer.
for transport, yeah. It's also kind of for selective people to fly as well, I guess, we could have used it for as well.
Yeah, so this one is, in all intents and purposes, a multi-use
Yeah. The
aircraft.
C-130 is used for transport and deployment of personnel and vehicles.
Purely sort of like your transport.
I say
I
personnel
couldn't
and vehicles
imagine.
because we mastered that, remember? We mastered the ability to drop off vehicles.
Yeah, pioneers in our field, I think.
Yeah. We're good at
Not
what we
even I
do
think,
when we're
I'm
bored.
certain.
Yeah, we're certain. I don't think any
hmm
other crew actually uses it as efficiently as we do.
I'm curious if I do that, go third person then. So if you go third person and then go
It
first person, it
recenters.
resets it to where it would have been. I guess it's fine if you're struggling to reset your camera.
It's
But if you're
useful
that,
if you can't find that central point, but like you just move it about until you're happy.
yeah. So you don't have to be exactly in the center of many
Yeah.
things. Yeah,
I
I
was gonna
seen
say, why is green done ghost organ and I seen
yeah,
acid things?
because I
It's
seen
fine.
someone using the try with the first person camera specifically for driving vehicles because they can have their camera slightly down so you can see more of the steering wheel and stuff, which is better for just sort of getting nice pictures and stuff.
Yeah. I find it weird that Rockstar Editor doesn't let you actually edit the camera position if you're in first person.
Yeah.
I've never understood that.
hmm
I also don't like this because it's not got the air brake as well.
hmm Rockstar just need to have a bit more military jets. I'd like a two-seat fast jet, something like it.
This is
I mean,
very low visibility.
I say
Right,
an
I can
F-14.
see.
I was trying to think about it last night, but I think an F-14, if it had the variable wing sweep, it'd have to have like basically two different sort of flight characteristics you need to try and balance that, which I was able to think of a way to balance it. If you imagine the wing out, obviously it's more maneuverable, so I was thinking in slower, so I thought it would be more of the handling the B-11. Also,
Yeah.
when you brought the wings back, I'm saying it was more like the Hydra, but
The way I was
slightly
thinking
more
is
maneuverable.
wings in, wings in, it's less maneuverable but faster, so it's more like pyro speed, but handles more like
Yeah,
say
less
the Titan.
maneuverable.
Whereas if it's, say, the wings are out,
Or
it
wings
handles
out.
more like a B11. Can turn nice and
Yeah,
tight and all that kind of stuff.
and it wouldn't have the explosive cannon on it,
Yeah, it would have
but
just a
it'd have
standard
bombs,
minigun. It would
countermeasures,
have more like a, the little bird.
bombs and rockets. Yeah.
It would have a minigun like that on it, I'd say, and it
Mm.
would carry
But there's only
better
one of them.
missiles. And you would have
Yeah.
two different types of missiles. You would have the one that can fire long range, and then you would have a kind of shorter range Mark II missile, and then you would have the longer range
Even if they went
homing missile.
go in depth about types of missiles, even just the Zuni rockets, the Hydras, I'd be fine with them. Just sort of the spam fire rockets like on the B11. I'd
Yeah,
be fine with them, and also like bombs, person in the back seat.
I think as well as it should give you the ability to
Could
change
operate
who's in control of
bombs.
two-seater aircraft. So like co-pilot and pilot can take control, etc.
Yeah, I'd say they more so need that for specific trainer aircraft.
I think they could just implement it for all. I think that'd be
So
quite
like
good.
the owner of the aircraft can set
Yeah,
the
can set who's flying it and can take
aircraft
control
commander.
whenever.
Because obviously, if you look inside, like any two-seat, the first officer also has a yoke and
Yeah,
everything,
they've got all
so
control
he can take
surfaces as
control of
well.
the plane. So I think the owner of the aircraft should be able to choose co-pilot, pilot, and control.
Yeah,
Like what you can do is set co-pilot or pilot for countermeasures and bombs.
yeah, just add another setting in there for it.
Shouldn't be particularly difficult.
Mhm.
See what other kind of thing yet. Don't know. We'll go back up to Zancudo and we can see what other ones we can fly. I'll try and do the majority of this in first person.
And I've done my whole flight in first person. Besides going into third person to reset the camera when we're talking about it. And then I always had to use third person to reverse the plane out of that spot.
Not a whole lot of should I say this? Not a whole lot of visibility vertically when it comes to this, but you know what? Fine.
Oh, there we go. I pressed the button and nothing happened, and then it finally let me drink champagne.
Yeah, because you have to be facing the centre of it, I think.
Yeah, you have to be facing the centre for some weird reason.
The artificializing this actually does work.
It's quite good because if you slightly put your camera down, you can actually see the airspeed and everything out the front window you need to see, which is pretty much perfect. This can hold 8 people, can't it?
Something like that.
Yeah, I think so.
Then also, I would go in detail about headings, but not really too accurate because the headings don't really work because the numbers are all wrong.
How do you unlock the trade price for the taxi? 10 fares.
I mean, that is the taxi song, as it's known as, is it not?
I think so. How does
things with these
so
big heavy aircraft, you really don't need to do as much as a lookout. Also, there's not really much visibility.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't need to do the full lookout that I'd normally do in, say, a
the
Viking
smaller
or
aircraft have to look out for you.
There really isn't the visibility to do it. Also, you can only really look around to the left and right. Can't really look up above you because it's not really like a bubble canopy. It's just.
Remember they broke the Bambushka turrets?
We can see if they've fixed them. You still
I don't have a Bambushka. Nah.
I have a volatile, which is the same.
Yeah, it's the same turret.
Actually, you have the Volto as well. That could be our next flight then.
Yeah, because I've got
bombing.
the B2, you've got the B1 or the V1 or whatever it's called.
Yeah,
Can't remember the
B1.
exact names. I think it's B1, isn't it? You've got the nuclear one, I've got the Falklands one. I've also got the
Basically.
Tula, I think.
Yeah, because you got it in the Coast Guard.
Aye, I done that
Start
just for humiliating
and
people.
descent.
Yeah, I did. And I've got both Bezras as well,
Also
remember?
the
And the Rogue.
large compass on sort of these central displays effed, but for some reason the one that is on the other side, on the first office, is always fine. Which I find weird.
I forgot, if you press circle you've got the cinematic camera. It does look so much more picturesque. I love this. It's brilliant. I know that AI chatbot thing I was talking about a while ago.
Like
I was
budget
using,
chat,
yeah,
GPT.
I was using that to talk about. I asked it the questions about drills. Remember all the drill training stuff I'd sent you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'd asked it some of that stuff, and it actually gave me some really good answers. So
Surprising.
I asked it, what is the purpose of ceremonial foot drill? It replied back, ceremonial foot drill refers to specific marching formations that are performed by military personnel in formations occasionally such as parades or ceremonies. The purpose of drill is to demonstrate discipline, precision and teamwork. These drills also serve to pay homage to traditions and history of the military, while also providing a sense of unity, pride among military personnel. In addition, they may serve to instill sense of respect and awe in spectators, as they are often performed with great skill and showmanship. Yeah, showmanship.
Yeah, basically.
Annoying word to say. So that's a nice detailed answer. I quite like that one. Bet you if you asked any NCO, they would just be sitting there clueless and be like, because it's a punishment. Because it's funny.
No, you are
It's not a
wrong.
punishment. You're wrong. The AI even knows it.
We've got a jet. Looks like it's
Ah,
on a bearing for us, so I'm gonna
gross.
hold this taxi
Where?
short. It's up north, heading south roughly on our bearing.
Ah, do you want Ghost Dog?
Yes, please. I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a jet up.
Right, cool.
This keeps it simple.
That was nice and quick. Get up, get high, maintain our superiority.
I'm not gonna do third person for
Doesn't he?
this, just
Doesn't he?
because we are essentially in a dogfighting
Yeah.
situation. Here, and I'd rather the benefit of being in third person.
Do you know in real life pilots actually run to their aircraft because it gets their blood flowing, which gets their adrenaline pumping as well, which is really good for getting in a dogfight. Because your body's already worked up in that situation, ready to go.
Hmm.
Right, airborne, gear up, I'm en route. This is going to be weird not having the centralisation of the camera, but
Looks like a Hydra.
you can out-turn them then. You want to mess with them? What's your altitude? Oh, eyes on.
He's low and slow. Not particularly low, but he's just slow.
Yep, I'm on him. Nice.
To be fair, I should have got him in the a full
Gold Hydra by
rotation
the looks of it.
sooner. It's dead now, so. And again, I was dispersing because I wasn't expecting to be there that quickly.
Yeah.
But it was to show you. mild distractions, people. Mission bubble and all that patter.
No.
Well, this is fine.
Right.
I
Well, that was easy.
left.
Right. Well, I mean, he did just get jumped by two F-16s, so can you blame him? Where are you? Oh, there you are. Hello.
Guten Tag.
I think I got rather close to you there. Other than
Probably
first
am
person.
first person. Overextended. Whoops daisies. We'll blame it on a crosswind. One thing I will say is that I don't know why all the runways are oriented in one direction aside for that of LSIA. Because,
There's an
again,
aircraft
crosswind
up above the
landings.
city if you want to go pay them a visit.
Nope. Yeah, fine. So I balled my landing there because I was.
You're going for them then, aye. Cool. They did take off from Sandy, so I'm not entirely sure what they're in. Could be a variety of things. Anything from a Titan to a stunt plane to a Pegasus aircraft they spawned in, or a personal one. So, into the unknown we go. Should be off to the left. I see nav lights off to 11 o'clock. Appears to be on the street. It's a Luxor, whatever it's called. Yeah, he's on the street. See him? Looks like he's trying to take off again. It's actually quite hard to see your jet against the city. It's quite cool. Oh, that's intimidating. It's quite cool though. I think he's just kind of jumped at it, has he? Yeah, I think he has. I mean, I don't blame him. He's got two jets circling above him like vultures, so I would do the same. Where are you?
On approach for something.
Oh, you're on approach. Oh, yeah, I see you now. I'll extend out and then I'll come back in and land. See, another way to recenter your camera, see if you press R3 and then you just let it go. It recenters your camera.
Can the turbine stop hitting, please? Thank you.
Right, currently
When I'm
gonna
flying, I feel like I don't
land.
flare enough. I'm just gonna keep doing
I
lines.
can flare
It's been a
too
while.
much. That's my main issue.
Because I'm like trying to realistically flare basically as you're about to touch.
Well, my issue is I'm touching down at 20 knots, so I don't touch down quick enough.
Because I'm trying to keep speed up, try it somewhat realistically.
Yeah.
Or just normally, rather than flying beyond approach speed, or beyond stall speed I should say. But see,
That looked quite good from my point of view, though.
it's because I've not touched down yet. That's fine, yeah. But it's like, if you're obviously still at some speed, obviously I not want to put the air brake on fully, because obviously I don't want to do that. But if
Yeah.
I'm maintaining that air brake setting, I go to pull up.
If you are gonna go
If there's
full
too
flying,
little
you
air
need to
brake,
tap it.
I'm going to bounce. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Using it sporadically. Also, I can do it in third person better than I can do it first person for some reason.
I can land better in third person just because I can watch my approach, etc. Better. Right, airborne. Climbing, climbing. I'll level off at 700 feet. I can see you.
Likewise, with most of the approach here, I can maintain this setting because I'm at a nice stable speed, but I'm trying to slow down a lot more. Doesn't help that I had a bit of turbulence. That was fine. The wings went quite level there just because of the turbulence, so I hit left one first, then it was the right one I think, and then
Yeah.
obviously nose wheel comes down. Good enough.
You got turbulence. Inbound. This time I'm sitting at a decent rate of knots. Yep. That was a alright touchdown, I think.
I prefer, for some reason I just prefer landing the Harry. I just find it's...
You can cheat a wee bit with that, which I like.
I don't use the thrust, I just keep it as is, but if I'm doing like a conventional landing, I just find it
Yeah.
for some reason a lot easier
If
to
I'm
do.
wanting to do a nice looking, I just realised you can look further round to the right than you can to the left.
Yeah. You can see both the vertical stabilizers when you put round to the right, or in theory you should.
Yeah, you can see
And
near
left
enough
one
your
you can
whole
only,
rear.
or you can't see any of them.
It's weird. I think I've still got the map plan of LSI. Actually, no, I've got it in Discord.
Even better.
Got a wee bit of turbulence.
That's when I've developed myself an undershoot, and the engine's turned off. And the engine's turned off again. I need to get better at just not doing that, because
Right, that time I did better. I touched down at 40 knots.
I blame the fact that I've not been flying for particularly long and I've just changed my controls up. That's what I blame.
Well, I think the
I'm
last
obviously
time we
wrong.
played GTA, it
Probably.
was months, no, probably even a year ago at this point.
Was my HUD went? There we go. That was if I use the HUD, because the HUD for some reason freezes.
Yeah, it freezes
When it's
at
in
like...
motion, you know, the most important part of, say, the
No,
HUD.
it doesn't freeze
when it's
like
moving.
when you're in a lot of motion. It's see when you're in that centralised portion, like when you want to know if your wing's level, that's when it freezes.
Yeah, the most critical part of the HUD is where it freezes.
Yeah. It's like the one bit you actually need it, it freezes up. But like any other bit on it, like below that, it's fine.
That was fine. Because I'm not all air brake, because obviously
I'm inbound.
how am I trying to say it? I'm using enough air brake where I'm within sort of an okay speed to do a nice gradual landing. But it's finding that region of air brake, because it ultimately depends on everything, because I was always taught a good landing ultimately relies on a good approach. A good approach ultimately relies on a good base leg. Also, you're doing a square circuit. A good base leg results in always dependent upon a good downwind. A good downwind is result of a good upwind, which in turn is dependent on a good launch. So it all builds off one another,
all
because it's
land
difficult to
together,
fix something that you've built up on. Especially at that last minute on say, a landing.
Yeah.
Because there's been multiple times where my downwind, this is when I was just far so out, it wasn't quite parallel, so I was creeping in closer and closer to the runway. So as I've done the 30-degree bank angle, I realised I'd overextend the turn.
Yeah.
So I'd have to, not supposed to do this, but tighten up the turn to something like a 45 to get that
Appear to be going the runway.
sufficient bank in, yep.
Yep.
He's gonna crash into us. He's on a
On the run.
bike. Bro thinking he Maverick.
Just had performance takeoff there. Wings level. Right, he didn't throw any stickies on me, that's fine. I was half expecting him to do that when he came over. I seen him going straight for us. I'm like, has he got to throw something? But he didn't. He kinda gave up a little bit.
It's one of those things. This is nice.
It's like rather relaxing, isn't it? I should take out either the Harriers or another heavy.
I mean, that's what we were going to do until that jet showed up, so we can maybe go back to Zancudo and see if we can get like a bomber or something out.
And then
Something
died
cool that we can do like a sortie
rather
with.
quickly.
I mean, he got turned to red mist, and his jet got turned to grey mist.
His golden jet changed colour. This is the thing, there's no game where you can do this. Like, it's just completely free mode. I think they should make a game like that, or it's just completely freedom, you can do what you want.
Yeah. So it is a bit annoying how we don't have the ability to say do like a proper Air Force stuff, or the fact that it isn't as realistic as what it can be.
I think the sessions need to be bigger.
Yeah. And I guess the thing is as well, when I have a look at 5M, it is cool and all,
Speed, by the
but
way.
I do find that a lot of it is sometimes a bit, well...
I've got left.
Yeah. How do you describe it? Is it still a bit...
There's still flaws.
Rough, yeah. Rough
Nothing's
cut.
perfect.
That's purely because like all the jets
nice,
and stuff.
Like long approach for this, you need to do quite a tight approach. You need to do quite a high approach, not a tight approach. A high approach.
Why is a high approach should be no problem for a pilot of that caliber? Is what you'd fucking hope. But
well, yeah, you would hope. It's true.
But in terms of GTA, no, you have for some reason really bad turbulence right on deck for some reason. It's like, okay.
It's the exact same at all altitudes, and it just randomly comes on. And then during thunderstorms or Halloween, it's unflyable.
It's yeah, it's basically unflyable.
Borderline unflyable.
Because we were trying to fly, remember, we were trying to do the F-16 stuff. Where we got them? With all the UFOs and stuff, but you could never roll the wings level for any length of time.
That's why we had to do Broken Wingman. No, it's not Broken Wingman, it's Lost Wingman.
Lost, yeah.
Lost Wingman, that's what it's called.
Loads of separation. Right, so wait, okay, if we hitting it.
What one do you want?
Should we try Volatile?
Aye, we'll do that.
When we get minor or use it?
We've got Alkanost as well.
I think we'll get used to it because we've got sort of the modern cover
Ye-
wheels. If I was getting the
I
Volto, I'd
went
probably change to
faster.
the blue ones, just to keep it the 50s esque.
There it is.
We shouldn't have much difficult finding it, but there we go. Did we sort the colour out on it? Because I remember we could never
I
deduce
think we
what
just
colour.
kind of went with the colour. I think we went with that, and it's got the pearlescent on it, so we just kind of called it at that. After I've been trying to fix it for ages.
I do
After
hate how it's
seeing
sort of
the
like a
real one of
three-tone
these,
camo and not.
after seeing the real one of these, it's like it's just rather small. It seems rather small and pathetic.
That's just because the gear's really low. If the gear was a lot higher, I think the aircraft would look a lot better. Because sometimes I've been on an approach, so the nose is that high, you can't really see anything, and I've accidentally clipped the nose gear off that thing.
Yeah.
Which is, I
And
guess,
it's like
understandable
you
because
hit
the
on
runways aren't
things
too
as well.
realistic, but
I just realised everything's
again,
in
you
Russian.
can't. I know because they've reused the interior.
It's a
I was going to
babushka
go with third
interior,
person
isn't
to
it?
get the takeoff, so I can actually tell if I'm going up.
Do you know the funniest
That's
bit?
not
Seeing the
enough.
back here, you
Or
can't
bank.
actually tell if you're going up, upside down, or what's happening.
Don't worry, I can't tell from the cockpit either.
I can just see white for the cockpit, that's all I can see.
That's all I can see as well, don't worry.
How do I go into the
So,
gun
what's
again?
the turrets like on it?
I don't know. Oh, I forgot about the button. Broken.
Oh no, the turret's moving, it's just...
Is it? It's not shooting. The only place I can fire is...
Yeah, so that front.
That's...
Because in the Bombushka, the turret wouldn't move, mind.
Yeah.
That the other turret seems to be moving, but you just can't fire.
I'm looking at the back of the plane. Is the turret facing at the back?
Not firing.
No. I'm holding the trigger, I'm holding the trigger, I'm holding the trigger. Holding
Just
the
trying to think,
trigger.
this is
There
sort of
we
like a
go.
dark grey, isn't it?
I think we put it in like a grey with a blue pearlescent.
Because it doesn't necessarily look blue. I'd say if you're going to keep it in this colour, we change it to the matte grey.
Yeah.
Just so we get the matte colours shining through.
If we go into fidelity mode, we'll be able to see ourselves in it.
Unfortunately. Let's try flying fidelity. I know this is going to kill my frames, but...
Like the way you're streaming at 60 FPS. You're about to put the game down to 30. Oh, there is
this
AKs
is...
in here. Huh. There's 4 AKs. And there's 4 seats. It's almost as if they predicted it. Oh yeah, the bottom gun I can see even less out of because the turret is broken. Your camera's inside the gun turret. Mind you, I can get a really good in-depth look of the gun. I just can't see anything.
Still with the 60 FPS though. See, I
can be
really
like a
don't want to
bomb
try and
camera.
land this because I know since... I don't think the Volto had, or the real life Vulcan had that as poor visibility when the front as this does, because the nose like pops up, so you can't actually tell where you're flying. So you might have to do like a more high approach than normal, but you'd be able
Yeah.
to do in say like a Nimbus or whatever. Just doing this because I really don't feel comfortable flying this plane,
I can
and
see
I
the
don't know
nose
what
wheel.
speed we're at because all 4 of those
Oh yeah, all
dials
4 indicators
are
say
your
different
speed.
speeds.
They're speed indicators, and you can't tell which one it is.
It's like the only
2
way
of
you
them are
can
the
tell.
same.
The only way
Granted,
you can
2
tell
of
what
them are the
speed you're going
same.
at is... We'll go
You
with that then.
can't tell.
Go with that. That was a
That's what
general
I'd
rule of thumb.
say. I also can't see, it's just blue, so I'm trying to mitigate how much third person I use. Right, I can see the reflection of the water. That's a good thing, but it's a shame where we're landing is, well, not that. Right, there's that. The airfields are there. I'm going to close the air brakes over, because I want to be over the runway before I start, going down on my descent. Mate, I can't see. Genuinely can't see.
I can see the runway. We've touched down.
Yeah.
It's like, it might actually be more efficient for you to fly looking through my stream. That might actually help, because I've got the gun camera on the bottom of the plane and I can actually show you the runway, so you can see what you're doing.
But, surely, I don't think the Vulcan has that poor visibility at the front. I mean, granted, I've never done a particularly steep approach, but...
Yeah.
I just went down to a relatively normal altitude, and then used the reflection of the water as a aiming point.
Oh, there we go. The gun wasn't letting me zoom in that much, not us.
Like, I can just see sky. I know I'm not in a particularly high or nose high attitude here, but it's just the fact that the nose is that big, I can't see where I'm aiming. I can't see where I'm flying. I mean, as long as we have a precision approach to help us.
Yeah.
We're genuinely stuck with what we can muster with the instruments. Doesn't help that they're all in Russian, but...
And they'll read different numbers.
Why is the compass over there? It's such a poor place for a compass, because I can't see it unless I look all the way over. And if I'm looking all the way over, I'm not looking at my main instruments that I need to be looking at on an approach. Like, I can't even tell if I'm aiming straight down the run or what.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I nose it down, it looks relatively straight down the run. But I'm trying to do a slightly higher approach, because the last thing I want to do is to skiff the runway lights.
You see the picture I sent you? Get a guy approaching, you might want to take off again. Yeah, bike. He's under the wing. He's currently flying parallel to us. No, currently driving parallel to where we're flying.
And then again, as well with the noses, that you can hardly tell if your round out's perfect. I think that one there, the approach was fine, but I didn't round out enough because I can't tell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if it's just me being incompetent or whatever, but I just seem like I cannot.
Yeah, whenever I'm flying heavies, I always
grasp this.
fly, but when I'm landing, I'll always do third person, and then in takeoff as well, third person. However, when I'm just flying normally, I'll do first person, because then I can maintain tolerances and keep the altitudes. Whereas when I don't do that, I can't. I'm just a bit all over the place.
You think that's what you do, but come back into the cockpit if you can, and just appreciate what I'm looking at here.
I'll see if I can just...
I'm going to select a nose level attitude.
I could move from...
I can't see anything. I can see the tip of Chiliad, and even that's on the section of glass that
I can only
angles
move
down.
back
I can't see anything.
between the two seats. I swear you
genuinely
used to be able
can't
to move
see.
up to the cockpit.
But that might just be with
Yeah, it might have
because
just been with the
mine.
Bumbushka.
We need more people.
Yeah.
This.
Oh yeah, I can see
There's
the
the
dials.
question.
I can see all your speeds.
But can you just admire what I'm looking at, if you can see? Or what I'm not looking at? Like, I can't see anything, I just see sky, and I'm in a nose level attitude. If we're consulting the horizon there.
Yeah, I can
If I'm
see in
consulting the
between.
altimeter,
I can
nose
basically
level,
see all the dials in the
and
middle,
sky.
central console, and just sky out the two windows at the front.
Because even when I'm flying, like, on the approach, that's all I can see unless I dip the nose all the way down. I don't think the Vulcan was ever that. We also have a jet inbound as well, so
Do
be
we?
prepared to jump.
Ah,
I'm actually gonna start increasing our
he
speed
is
a
very
lot.
close.
I'm gonna hope he doesn't have anything else. I thought Zancudo base. What's our speed at? All of our speeds are way above fine.
It's a Harrier.
Yep.
He's right behind us. He's within gun range. He is
And he's not
braking.
gunned us?
He appears to
That's
be
because I
braking
don't
off.
think he has Zancudo
He
high yet.
appears to be flying past. Yeah, probably friendly. We'll say friendly just now because he didn't smoke us. I would also say
No, he's
get clear
come
of the
back
aircraft
in.
because he is coming back.
Yeah. Let's see if we can try flying another heli with more, or heavy with more visibility.
Do you want the... You've got the Mogul. That's technically heavy. Rogue, Bezra, Tula. Do you want the Tula? You've not flown that, have you?
Yeah, we can try that.
Tula. We've got that. We've got the Vellum 5-seater if you want to try. Fly that wonderful
No.
aircraft. The
I don't think it
Titan.
can fly quite well. It's just when you get it down to the land speed, it just wants to keep going down.
Yeah. What do you want?
And it's just,
Titan, Vellum, Bob,
can I try the
Alkinos.
Titan?
Huh?
Because I don't own a Titan.
Yeah,
I'll
because
try that and
you're the
I'll
one that
give you a
usually
shot at the
drives.
controls finally.
You're the one that usually drives, right? There you go. Yeah, you'll have much better time in this. This is the one I can fly first person. Can also go in the back.
I also, for the first time, seen the flat nose C-130s and they look a bit cursed.
Have you not seen the 90-degree flaps on the C-130? I think that's a little
Yeah,
bit
I've
more
seen them.
cursed. Have you seen the way
I
they
think
fly? It flies with a nose down attitude with 90-degree flaps.
I'm actually going to take off this direction here.
Oh yeah, you get so much more visibility. Oh, I can actually read things now. Navigation, electrical access panel, secure storage, weapon locker, electrical access, radar panel.
And I think the actual
Oh, they all
Hercules
say the
has
same.
windows down the bottom
Yeah,
as well, so you
first
can
aid
see
if
down
possible.
below you, I
Okay.
think.
No user, serviceable parts, flight systems access, escape. And you've got exit, even though the exit's actually just at the bottom of the screen where you can see the silver step. Let's see if I can look around a bit more with the phone.
See, I'd like if the inside of these heavy aircraft was sort of like a no gravity, so you can stand up and walk about.
Yeah, like the internals are like the
It's more like an interior,
yeah.
so regardless of the physics engine,
So it
you'll
works
be able
like the
to basically
Kasatka and all
fly.
that.
Yeah, obviously not through a loading screen, but yeah, similar. So then you can walk around and like see, say, any cargo in the back, personnel in the back. I just wish it had a an interior that was how do I say this? Connected with the cockpit, because two interviews are disconnected, I think.
Yeah.
Well, not I think, I know they're disconnected because there's no doorway between the hold and the cockpit.
Yeah.
Unlike real life.
You could actually make a pretty decent looking bomber footage out of one of the filters. Because it makes the whole world look like, the cameras in World War Two, where it's like the terrain's that pure weird red colour.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get one of the filters like that on the phone. I think that's no filter. Yes.
Yeah, and the things with these heavies, as I said before, you can't really do your lookout what you'd normally do in, say, a fast jet.
Yeah, because your view is massively obscured.
So whereas in a fast jet, you'd look out left and up above, also checking the above the aircraft. This you really can't, can you? Because you can't
The
look
radars are
above.
contradicting each other.
Oh yeah, because it's mirrored.
It's just been flipped.
That
Just
jet's also behind us as well.
again.
I have a slight feeling that the only reason he didn't attack was because he... Oh no,
He seems
he
to be
looks
friendly enough.
friendly.
Yeah.
I also can't see because of the fog. What instrument flying now, baby? Oh, I'm gonna die.
How are you gonna? We're not gonna die yet. Okay, maybe we are. This is what low visibility flying looks like, kids. Yeah, we're at 1,000 feet still. Oh no, we're at 600 feet, and we can't see the runway or the ocean or anything. He's probably gonna show up off our right side in a second here. Oh, there he is. He's gone VTOL, by the way. He's hovering.
I can't see.
Neither can I.
I've went third person just to see if I can try
You're
and...
at 700 feet, 600, 500, 4, 3. There's the runway.
Yep, there it is now.
2, 100, 50. Touchdown.
Providing I did use third person a bit, but on the final part of the approach, it was first person.
Yeah.
Would have been a lot better had the fog not rolled in.
Yeah,
Because I genuinely can't see the runway lights that we just passed. I can see like slight haze over there, but I can't see them.
Yeah.
And to try a luck at it now. And I don't really tend to fly the Hercules too much.
Yeah.
Anyway.
That tends to be my thing. I fly the heavies. I like doing it. It's peaceful. It's quite cool as well. It allows me to kind of maintain my usual strategy of keeping an eye on everything and being like the kind of main observer.
Yeah.
Kind of ops manager. In a way.
Because now I've just realised, even just before we sort of left, sort of GT for a while, was getting into flying the heavies properly.
Yeah. It's fun flying the heavies.
Still have no idea what that guy's
Same.
doing. Guess I'll let you go in the pilot seat now. I really do kind of like the Hercules.
I'll do it in first person and get in. You actually just climb up the big section, you just jump up it. It's weird. Right, we'll taxi out. It's like I can't actually see that jet even though I know he's right there.
Yeah. The thing is with having pilot co-pilot, they don't really tend to have normally is that you can split the load. So like I can be managing like the map and everything,
Yeah.
because you're managing purely flying.
That's what I was doing when you were coming in. I was giving you a heads up your altitude.
Yeah.
So you actually knew how low you were. So you could just focus and try to land the plane.
Mhm. Feels the fog's lifting now, so
Yeah,
I
that
don't think
shouldn't
you'll
be
need
easy.
that issue,
I wish
but
this taxiway carried on and didn't just stop here. You just kind of have to mirror the road and follow it down. Which I think personally is a bit stupid. Right. Airspace appears clear. I'm going to taxi out on the runway. Right. We're clear to take off and go. Airborne, gear is up.
might have to end the mass email to listen, so I'll have to go AFK.
Sound. We'll get us back to Zancudo. I'll just aim for Zancudo then.
And he's flying upside down, and
Yep.
he's what the hell was he done there?
There's like a really crappy.
Just keep flying first person, because if you look at him, you'll probably get a bit frustrated. He's just being a pain in the backside, really.
Yep.
Got 1,000 foot.
1,000 feet. There we go. Probably up to 1,500. Actually,
Yeah.
thinking about it. The one downside about the heavy interior is when you look out the window, you see
Nothing.
nothing. Whereas when it comes to fighters, you can see everything.
You have all it.
Yeah, you can look right behind you in this, it's just. Yeah. There's not much to see. It's so much easier to maintain tolerance in this, though, isn't it? You can maintain your
Yeah.
100-foot tolerance without any issue, essentially.
To be fair, we're going to have to go below the
Yeah, we're
about
descending now.
to start. So he's 10. By the time I'm on my base, I want to be around 1,000 feet. Also, we've been landing on the other one. We've got the valley there.
Yeah.
That's when you can afford to go a bit lower, but roughly 1,000 feet, because then you can come in with the air brake, and that allows you just to sink all the way down. And also, if your nose is down, you'll be able to sink. Get rid
I
of all
don't
that.
tend to go for specific altitudes, I just eyeball it.
Yeah, same. It was just when I was doing it there, I was going, right, that's roughly 1,000 feet. Should probably. I think 1,000 feet's quite high, but you know, when you look at the approach compared to the altitude, it really doesn't look particularly high, does it?
Yeah.
Like, this would be a normal approach, or at least to me that looks like it, because the landable surface is the threshold, which is the piano keys.
Yeah.
So that's quite a fine approach.
I think I'm going to overshoot the touchdown point. I have killed the engines.
That'll be more so an issue with speed than it would be the approach.
I think with a bit of tail strike
management.
But wasn't too bad. I can land better when it goes to third persons. Yeah. I'm also really good at stopping near enough on the same point I land, like you know the planes that do that.
Spot landing.
Yeah, I can pretty much spot land most aircraft. Alkanost's easy because you just plant the nose into the floor and then it stops.
The nose is their brake.
Yeah, the nose is the brake.
So I'll probably end up my stream there. That's 1 hour 10. Yep. And I'll be back in a second.
I'll probably end mine as well once I've popped up and did a walk around with the aircraft. And we shall call it.
Actually, I'll get in the back just for sakes of comedy. Because hopefully I won't transfer to the pilot seat.
Maybe if we go just have a walk around the aircraft. Why have we got a gun? Just a wee walk round. Surprised I never hit that actually. The missile tubes. So close to clipping them with the prop.
Okay, not.
Was it?
I can't get it to work.
Have they changed it? Or does somebody need to be in the pilot seats that way? I don't think they
Might be actually. It never occurred to me that you would have to. I'll try. Might have changed it.
I would jump the pilot seat and see.
Because you'd always stand outside. It's like the loadmaster. Oh no, that's me in it now. Or, yeah.
Yeah, so somebody does have to do that now. It's a weird change.
Yeah, I'll be back in a sec.
I sent. Well, now everybody knows how to get a seat in the back of the plane. I think we shall conclude the stream right around here. We'll just go finish this walk around and jump back in the plane. Probably just take it to the hangar. We'll shut all the doors up. Yep, cargo door is shut. Bring the plane round. You normally don't taxi here because the wings are too large. And then we do that. Happy days. Right, and we shall conclude the stream here.